Boom, there I am. Sorry about the false start there, ladies and gents. I had a bit of a not a proper situation. I just thought I was live when I wasn't. Well, I mean, I thought I was live on Twitch, but that was it. Not the Periscope Mixer Facebook thing. Yeah, I think we're good. Amazing. Right, so I'm going to do the thing that I always forget to do, and then we'll get into the actual music making stuff. As you can see, this is not a new project. Thing I always forget is I wanted to start shouting out to music and creative stuff that I enjoy, to try and spread the good word for cool stuff, basically. So you probably know who Wolfpack are, probably. And I'm assuming that because you're on the internet right now. If you don't know who Wolfpack are, Vulfpeck, really fun band. We saw Corey Wong, me and my partner, we went to Electric Ballroom in London. We saw Corey Wong, phenomenal gig, super, super fun. Go listen to his music if you're into funk or like R&B, even if you're into like slightly kind of lo-fi stuff or vaporwavy type stuff, because it's still got that kind of vibe to it. All of his stuff is good. Work It Out with Antoine Stanley is a real jam. What else has he got? Dial Up is a real good song. Yeah, just go listen to Corey Wong and then Wolfpack if you don't know Wolfpack. Yeah, so that's my independent shout out of the week. Not even independent, just good. Right, so what we're working on today is a piece of music that I worked on 2017, I'm gonna guess, and that is a question because I'm not sure. I used to do a lot of work for a online arts platform, and they did a lot of speculative work for advertising. Spec work is basically you make an advert or you make a thing and then you send it to the company. So it's less secure than actually doing advertising work. But hey, occasionally you get a winner. So we had some long shots that actually paid off and got a decent paycheck for. This was not one of them. So actually, I've tagged Kettle Chips in the when I tweeted this live stream. So Kettle Chips, if you're watching, I'm happy for you to use this piece of music I've made. Do contact me and we can talk about it. Perhaps I'll start by showing you the project as it was in 2017. That might be the best thing. There's two versions. What's the difference? Let's go with version 2, see what it does. So this was a spec advert I made in 2017 for Kettle Chips. Did not get a reply. Is it making sound? Or is it just quiet? It's really quiet. I realised my big dumb face was in the way for most of that. And also, it's so quiet. I don't know why that is. So I had to gain that pretty hard. Sorry about that. Oh, hang on. Nah, I worked it out. That was me being dumb. Let me try that again. That's much better. So the important things really, other than I missed a few of the videos out. Yeah, there were some blank clips there, weren't there? The important thing is that, yes, you can bow a crisp. How stupid is that? So that was how I left it in 2017. Maybe it's fair enough that Kettle Chips didn't want it, whatever, but like I never released that. And actually the company that that we did that for, they've sort of disappeared a little bit. So I'm going through lots of old projects to see if there's actually something I can do with those, given that I've got 3 years of music making experience now, and perhaps a little bit more creative freedom, although they were pretty free with what they let me do anyway, but whatever. I'm also like really intrigued as to I got a TikTok, hurrah. So I've been sort of looking at what kind of stuff I can upload to TikTok. Can I find my TikTok on here? Possibly. Yeah, absolutely nailed it. It's at LT Guitarist on TikTok. I'm repurposing a lot of dumb stuff that came up on YouTube, like the Lil Wayne Shreds video isn't on there yet, but is about to be. That kind of stuff. Anyway, so that's where we were in 2017. I have changed it ever so slightly. I've neatened up some of the production. I've changed the bass, which is the bowed crisp sound. So this bit is still here. Oh, what was that? So that's still in there, but then it changed up. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's interesting. Why has that done that? I need to re-export that then, don't I? So I'm working with Sony Vegas, which is not the best editor in the world. Certainly not this version from 2015, but it is the best software I have, and it does actually works better than the most recent version of Sony Vegas. So whatever. That's the end of that sentence. So what I need is the bass part. Or does that have... Okay, so that's actually got the kick and drum inside of it. Oh, yeah, because I put a glitch effect on that. Right, well, here's an unforeseen thing. So if I get rid of that, do I actually need... Is that the same? Bugger. Crippity crap, what was there before? I've screwed it all up. Okay, let's open the original edit, because I had an earlier version saved. Always save your work in new versions anytime you do anything big, because it's not the actual project file that takes up the space, it's the documents that you're referencing. So just always make new versions. Right, here we go. So this is actually what we want. So what I'm going to do is render that as something. I'm just going to call it bass underscore oops. And we're going to render that out. We're going to close this. We're going to save it because we can. We're going to never talk about that again. I'm actually going to shove it in this. Oh, of course you've crashed. Why wouldn't you crash? Oh, that was the other one. Doesn't matter. Bass oops. Right. If it feels like I'm disorganized, it's because I'm really disorganized. That's all that is. So I need to go into instrument samples, audio files. Yes, audio files. and then it's coming in here. Yeah. Okay. Outstanding. So that bit needs to just go away completely. Actually, I'll just double check there wasn't bass before that. No, that is the first bit of bass. Right, so now that I've corrected that stupid mistake I shouldn't ever have made, here we are. So, obviously the first thing you can hear that's wrong with that is it's way off to the left, and I realise it's not a bass in the traditional sense, but we are treating it like a bass, so for all intents and purposes it's a bass. So thing number one with this is that we need to oh no, it's not the linked panner, that's not actually what I think it is. Standard panner, I don't know why there are two panners, that's really weird to me, but we are just gonna center point there, and then we are going to shove this over till that makes a more even sound. Well, actually, if you listen to it, if we go all right channel, there's not a lot there, is there? So what we might do instead is, should we just monify it? I think we only really want the left ear there, don't we? So I'm going to, if I can remember how, no, there isn't a way to mono it. Oops. So let's, or there isn't a way to only choose the left ear. You can do that in Sony Vegas, but you can't in Cubase apparently. Or maybe I'm just missing it because I'm an idiot. Process. Nah. So we're going to go spatial plugins. No. So, no. Spatial, yeah, spatial plugins. And we're gonna width. We'll maybe do like 5% width. And I know that I'm using the stereo enhancer to make something less stereo. Don't need the irony pointed out to me. And then, oh, where's that got that? Oh, oops. Oh, okay. Oh, because I put it in the wrong place. That's fine. So that doesn't really need. Yeah. So we'll just keep it there. We don't need to automate that at all. So. So there's a couple bits we might want to change. That does start quite late. I'd rather it started there. So if we just shove it over. That's better. Does it ruin the other half? Nah, that's fine. Cool. So I want to maybe put something like a flanger on it or a phaser or something, just because I think it needs a bit more sparkle or something. That might be quite nice. So what we're going to do is automate the level of that flanger, the mix of it. We're going to automate that in, and then we're going to get rid of it. Oops. We're going to go up to 100%. We're going to do that up to there. Actually, then we're going to do this. Yeah, so it's like an S curve, sort of. And then we're just going to bail on it, like, immediately. I'm going to do that. I like having a bit of a curve there. So we've got this now. That's cool. So we're just going to do, oops, that. Let's have another listen. I'm going to increase that. That's cool. Cool, I like that a lot. Having said everything about, like, we don't want space in a bass mix, now we do, because I'm a liar. Right, so that I feel is quite bassy. And actually he's doing a lot of the sonic work for this, because the kit isn't especially, it isn't like amazing. So this is what we've got for the drum kit. So maybe actually we should do a little bit of work there. I've added some glitchy stuff to the hats. Just to make them a bit more fun. And all of these sounds are crisps. I don't know if that's obvious yet, but these are just like, I think the hi-hats, as I'm calling them, I think that's just me hitting a bowl of crisps with a drumstick. You can sort of hear them flying everywhere, which is quite fun. The percussion, it's literally me snapping a single crisp and then repitching it. The kick and snare are beaters hitting a small bag of crisps and a big bag of crisps. Like, there's a lot more processing that goes on there, but that's essentially it. And we've got the two layers. We've got these two sections. We've got like an intro section where we're sort of introducing the elements, and then we introduce the bowed crisp. Still feels stupid to say. And then we have a more full section. I don't feel like the kick and snare are going to cut it, so I think they're fine for that first section, but they just don't have the oomph for this next bit. So I'm going to duplicate them. I'm going to get rid of those distortion plugins because I think they're going to be really helpful, and the Octaver. I'm not really using the EQ. I'll just leave the EQ on because they're just not doing a whole lot. Now the pain in the bum bit is where we've got kick and snare on the same track, so we're just going to have to manually fix that, which is going to suck a little bit, but here we go. So we'll go, we're just literally going to cut between all of these, and it's going to take several days and be kind of tedious, but here we are. Actually, I'm going to do it once because I'm not a fool. And I'm going to see if I can copy that. So that one's going to be kick, this one's going to be snare. So kick, snare, kick, snare. That we're going to fade. This we're going to cut. Like that much. So that's good. So then we'll move that. And then that stays the same till there. So we're just going to whip over there. So let's do a little bit of processing while we're here. So there's a few things we can do. Ooh, there's something weird with that second. Because it's off. So we'll move that into time. And we'll fade in slightly too. So now we've got this. So let's just go kick for the moment. So we've got an octaver in there. Oh, I want that looped, please. What's it doing? Oh, it's got all screwy. Okay, because we started moving stuff. That's fine. And we can get rid of that automation as well. Actually, we don't want any automation just yet. So what can we do? Actually, that is quite helpful. Have we got distortion after, maybe? Distortion there. So we can get rid of that third EQ there. That's quite impactful. I like that. We can cut a little bit of the high off. That's good. Can we add a bit of click in? I think that's nice. Yeah, that's quite nice. So we'll put that there. We can use... We're just going to layer a whole crap load of effects because we're taking a sound that isn't a music sound and making it a music sound. So we're just going to go nuts with the effects. I think pretty sure my processor can handle it, but we'll find out if it doesn't. So we want a envelope shaper. So we're just going to increase the attack. We don't want... That's what we want, really. What's our output? -3, so let's go up a little bit. It's peaking a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty good. Can we add a little more distortion, maybe? We don't want any spatial. That's quite nice. Cool. So what about snare? So, I don't know if we want the octaver. Or maybe a little bit there. We want to get rid of the automation there again. We're just going to put that in the can. That's quite nice. We want a bit of that rumble. So rather than using that EQ, we're going to use this frequency EQ because it's a genius. And we're going to go snare. We're just going to listen. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. That's the winner for me. Let's add a little more snap in there. That's not what I wanted to press. Again, envelope shaper. Ooh. That's quite nice. In distortion, we don't want any spatial either. That's quite nice, but we might want less output. Still a bit hot. Cool. So, now together we've got this. Nice. So we want to keep editing these guys, don't we? So we want to go, that's kick, snare. So we get rid of snare. Oh, we get rid of kick, get rid of snare, and then kick, snare. So we can nerf those. And I'm not worried about getting it perfectly aligned because drummers aren't perfectly aligned, so it's fine. That goes in, that goes in, you go over. So then that's a snare. How does that sound? Amazing. So then it's going to be the same kick snare pattern till we get to here. So we're just going to copy them. We're going to paste them there, and paste that there. And we've got another kick there. And that's a snare, isn't it? A slightly cut off snare, that's fine. Move that. Oopsie, move that over. Put that in. Kick, snare. Kick, snare. No, did that the wrong way around. Kick, snare. There it is. Move that in. Move that in. Move that over. Kick, snare. Get rid of that. Just press. I don't know what I just pressed. Probably doesn't matter. No, get rid of that one. Pull that over there. Oof. It's tricky, isn't it? Kick, snare. So we want to keep that snare. No, we want to keep that snare and get rid of that one. Man, this is killing my brain. And draw that over, that in. And then that's it. Oh my god, that's it. Okay, so I don't even have a... Oh, here's what we had originally. There we go. So this is the original kick and snare. Cool. Now we have this. I think the snare might be... the kick might be a little boomy, so I'm going to get rid of these octaves. That's a bit better. Bit better. Let's perhaps try the frequency EQ again because it is a genius. Kick. Kick me kick. Well, that's a good instruction. Ooh. That's quite nice. I'm going to get rid of these. Yeah, that's quite nice. Nice. I'm going to add a little bit of reverb. I'm going to do a stereo send for the reverb. Add effects channel, yes. And we're going to cut like a whole bunch of the low out and add some high. So send, we're going to go like -8, so only a little bit is going, and then it's going to be all reverb. Quite like the RC24. We're going to lower it a bit. That's nice. So our drums all together currently are this. Which I quite like. I might take the percussion out of there actually, because I don't really feel like it is percussion. So hang on, if I solo that. Wait, I've confused myself. I'm just still going to that one. Bugger. How do I make that not happen? Is it with... God, you can tell how much I use groups, can't you? So, we want percussion, routing, group 1. So we don't want stereo in group 1. We just want to get rid of that. Stereo out. No bus. Is that going to work? Well, right now we've got nothing, so not really. It's good, isn't it? So then stereo out. Stereo in, stereo out. Amazing. So it's coming out there and it's got nothing to do with that one. That's exactly what we want. The reason that I've done that is because I feel like actually that kind of feels like it could nearly be a melody. You know, like nearly. I might be wrong. And it also means that we can put the shaker in here as well, because that, I mean, that is a percussion instrument, isn't it? A shaker. So we're gonna swap things. So that's actually going to be central now, more or less, and the shaker is going to be off to the right hand side, offsetting the hats. And we're going to mix console shaker. We're going to send you to group 1 instead. And all that group 1 has is just like a vintage, like funk compressor, just to like bind it all together and make it nice and stuff. Cool. So, in addition to all that nonsense, we also have... Oh, hang on. When I soloed that, did it? No, it didn't include the percussion. We also have this cool kind of glitch effect. Which I just think is fun. I'm also going to put this sound effect down here. That's just like the end. Yeah, that'll do. Because there's basically very little effect on that. So, where are we? Do I want to process the shaker a little bit, perhaps? Let's have a look. What you got? Right, there's a lot of bass rumble there, so we're going to kill that immediately. That's much better. Just put that there for insurance as well. So all that EQ plugin is going to do is just take care of that rumble. So now let's add frequency. And let's see what we can do for a shaker. Hey, a less annoying. And actually this is getting rid of all of that low, so we can get rid of that one. That is less annoying. Amazing. Right, so now our percussion group is this. Which is pretty dope. I'm going to make that -12 actually, so it's really subtle reverb. Cool. So let's stop talking about drums for the moment, because we're done. We'll talk a little bit about this riser. I don't know if it is technically a riser. Let's have a listen. I mean, that bit definitely is. I'm gonna fade in that. Yep. Like a little bit. Sort of like that, I guess. Yeah. And then we're gonna... That's already kind of faded in that a bit. But we're just gonna accentuate that a little more. So that's kind of a riser, a filter sweep going into the bass thing. Yeah. Which is actually a little bit annoying. It's a little resonant, isn't it? Cool. And it's also slightly weighted on that side. So we're gonna put it over there a bit. A little bit more. Maybe 20... 21 apparently, fine. That feels a bit better. Let's try 30. Cool. So we're going to use an EQ to get rid of any low-end rumble. It's quite important with found sounds that you work out what your bass instrument is and you try to keep everything else out of its way. Yeah, see, that's not what we want. 3 years ago, me was an idiot, basically. So we're just going to completely kill that. We're also going to look out for... We still got quite a lot of it. Crazy town. We're going to look out for... That's really annoying. That sort of resonant pitch thing. So we're going to lower that. Lots better. Bring it up a bit. Cool. I feel like we can increase the volume a bit. Nice. Okay, so I don't think we need to lower that afterwards quite so much. Cool. Let's have a listen. No, let's have a look at the percussion first. No, stop it. Let's maybe add a little more effects onto that riser. Like a flanger or something, maybe. Chorus. That sounds weird. Oh, bugger. No, stereo. That's what I want to do. Stereo wideness. So we'll go... Oh, God, I'm all over the place today. Stereo enhancer. There it is. And we'll see what they've got for pads. Crisp your pads. Amazing. So what we'll do actually... We're going to bypass that until we actually get to the riser. Bypass. There. So there's no sound there, so there's nothing to worry about. So you can stop worrying. Make it super wide. Is that doing it? I don't know. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, it is. It's fine, whatever. Maybe like a little bit of a tremolo or something, just to give it a bit more life. Let's sync that to 16. But we don't really want that much spatial on it. We don't even want it that deep. Maybe about the stereo enhancer at all. We just want it off. How does that sound? You can only really hear it there, can you? So what we'll do is we'll mix it in. So we'll do the bypass, bypass on, bypass off, and we'll automate the tremolo depth, which is essentially mix. So it actually comes in there. Boop. I'll just leave it up because it's not doing anything. Yeah, that's quite nice. So how does that mix with the whole thing, you ask? It sounds like snoring. Cool. I mean, it sounds fun and stupid, which is great. I think we need like a jump start into that next bass bit. So I'm going to take, I'm going to lock that first of all. No, I'm not. What am I on about? I'm going to lock it now. So we're going to move that over. Do that. I'm going to copy that, and we're just going to snip, snip. Oop, get rid of that. Take that. Move it on over. Whip, whip, whip. And we're going to do like a duh, duh, duh. That doesn't make any sense. So we're just going to put two of them. But we want them like there and there because that was a bit too. Yep. We'll move this over. Yeah, how's that? So I'm gonna listen. Okay, it's fine. So we just need something less boring with this percussion thing. I'm not really sure what to do about it. I wonder if like if there was a way to not have the reverb on it, but it might be too late for that. If we just stick a whole crap ton of distortion on it, maybe some really fun frequencies will come out. I don't know. Or maybe it won't. What's that? maybe not. So keep playing. Let's put in the world famous Driver by Native Instruments. Could go horribly wrong. Sort of like it. It's that awkward thing of like, is it actually music or am I just letting the plugins dictate what happens? Now that into it, let's try. Although I quite like that, but maybe let's try Reactor 5 because I reckon if we use the mouth plugin or something, that could do some really cool stuff. If I can even find it, the mouth. There we are. So let's, rather than doing auto, let's go MIDI. So I think we need a MIDI controller for that. So this is going to perk. Yeah. Sorry, that took me a bit because my brain's stupid. Not me, my brain. It's my brain that's stupid. Okay, so that's good. So let's find what key we're in. It's a bit all over the place. So wait, so is that... How do I... Okay, there it is. Let's try and swap between some of these. Might be worth working out what key our bass is in. Mago Flash, how's it going? I need someone to tell me what key this mechanical farting is in, and then I'll tell you what it is. So that's the tonic. Gone. C. Boring. Fair enough. That is a crisp being bowed. There you go. That's a thing you can do. Yeah, a crisp. An actual crisp. Being bowed. Yes. I'll find the video. If I can find the video. It'd be stupid if I couldn't. There's a crisp. Is this me cracking the crisp? Probably. Where's me bowing the crisp? Yeah, this is like a 3-year-old project. So of course I was bowing the crisp. I haven't gone too far. I just want like that sweet, sweet kettle chip money. Yeah, check it out. You can hear it. That's the sound. A crisp being bowed. What will people think? I don't know. And for those people who are confused by the conversation I'm having, I'm also on Twitch. No, I don't love how that sounds. That's a bit better. Transpose the crisp up a tone. I mean, I can just put this up one. Or do you mean the actual original audio? That, okay, if it's the opposite, then you want me to transpose it down. MIDI 2. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, so put it down. You said up. I went up. That does fit though. Cool. Cool. So now what we want to do... we just want to make it sound more like an actual lead. So I'm going to get rid of the effect there, because we're just going to add a delay later. So we'll use the ping pong's quite nice. And I think we should probably gradually introduce those elements as well, rather than just have them there the whole time. Because otherwise people might freak out the squares, you know. So we're also going to, in that case... Oh no, hang on. I keep getting distracted. Tube compressor. To do like a lead synth. That's quite nice. We're also going to, at this point, the very first thing is we're going to make it less spatial. Not entirely, but just a bit. So it's still got some of that original space and character. It's weighted a bit to that side, so we're going to shove it left 20. 30? Yeah. So then we get the space from the ping pong delay, which is, yeah, entirely spatial. Start right, because we never start right. That's a bit better. I think we want to boost it a little bit more. Bit of drive, make it a bit hotter. Does that blend with the bass? Yeah. So now, I think using Reactive 5. Oh god. Mixer synth. So we're gonna start with none of that, and we're gonna introduce it gradually. So like there, and we're also going to introduce the vocode was the other thing. Oops. Try and do like an S curve. There ain't no party like an S curve party. That's a bit better. Maybe we need to go the other way as well. We need to reduce the original sample a little bit. So mixer mic is going to start at 100, and we're not going to get rid of it entirely. We're just going to do something like that. Maybe that one. Now I'll just have it straight, I think, to like there. That works. Ha! I actually got a reply from Kettle Chips. What did they say? Nice try, Liam. We're afraid we can't just give them away. Hope you understand. I'm not asking you to give them away. I'm asking you to watch the live stream I'm doing where I'm creating samples using your chips. I don't feel like that would be giving anything away. I feel like that would be encouraging people to buy crisps to make sounds with. I ate all of these crisps as well. Like, of course I did. Right. What are we doing? Let's see how that all blends together. It might not blend together at all. So I think what I want to do is sort of change it so it happens not drastically, but like into this bar. I want that transition to sort of happen. Yeah, so we're going to go there to there. Could plonk one in the middle. We're going to S curve. Show all used automation, my favorite button in the entire of Cubase. I'm going to bring that. Yes, we're going to go there. This one's going to go, oh, come on, there. That's going to go. Oh, that's the end point, isn't it? So we'll go. Again, put that one in the middle and S curve inwards. Oop. And we're also going to S club, oh my god, S curve inwards again. So how does that transition sound? Probably terrible. Maybe we want to keep a little bit more of that in there. Okay. Maybe I want to do something slightly more melodic there. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, not sure. Let's... Oh, I muted that. That's really helpful. Let's try that again. Such an idiot. So let's maybe try. Gonna mute that one. How's that sound? Maybe like that. Yeah, we'll do that twice. So, now we have this. I think that should end before that, though. In which case we can get rid of them. Oops. Get rid of them too. Just keep that one there. Okay. So let's have a listen all the way through. I don't know if we're 100% there yet, but we're definitely in a better place than we were. So maybe we can take a look at the video aspect as well. Let's listen. It's from here, isn't it? Not 100%, but it's certainly better than it was. So what we can do perhaps... Oh, there was one thing that really annoyed me. Oh yeah, the level of the bass is all over the place. So I think I might just turn these down. And this one. Yeah. So let's do a parts mix. So we'll go drums, including that glitch and the reverb sound. So we'll go export drums. I'm going to call them crisp drums. Crisp drums. Just so we're clear on what they are. Kettle Chips. Crisp drums, and then we'll do the riser and the melody together because they don't cross over at any point. Go into that one, get rid of that one. So riser and percussion. I've done it wrong. I'm supposed to start here. So we'll redo the drums in a second. Because this is the start point of the video. So put that in the bin. We'll call it crisp lead. I don't know. Crisp lead. Go. What's this? Filing use. Okay, don't then. Whatever. Don't delete it. See if I care. So how are you? Good, that's that. Oh, okay, because it imports them there. Didn't want that. But in fairness, I didn't specify that I didn't want that, so whatever. Crisp bass. Export crisp bass. Don't add it to the project, please. Now we can... Oh, no, rather than deleting that, it's decided to ruin my entire day. That's lovely. Oh, crunchy. Oh, very crunchy. Like crisps. Export audio mix down. Crisp. Let's try that again. Crisp drums. Heck yeah, I want to overwrite it. Oh, god damn it. Okay, crisp drum then. Whatever. Crisp drum. This is really tedious bit. Hey, it's done it. Amazing. Right, so put that away. Get rid of that. So now we are going to audio files. Put them in there. Version 2 is what we want. Heck yeah. Right, nearly there. So now we can get rid of all of the audio files. Actually, no, I'm going to take my own advice. Edit version 3. Keep saving your work. Always, always, always. Good. So now that that's done, actually I'm just going to put that over there and then group these all together for the sake of moving them. There it is. Right, good. So now we can import 3 tracks. Heck yes, people. And of course they all got to be aligned and simultaneous. And this is the annoying bit where actually you can't see a lot of it because it's all behind the crappy playback of Sony Vegas, who we are at the mercy of. Works better than current Sony Vegas and is more usable than Premiere Pro, but it is still Sony Vegas. So let's just have a look at what we got on the understanding that it might not work. So we didn't want to actually delete that bit. That was stupid of me. So have we still got session 1.2? Right, there is a way. If I copy that and then paste it and then find the start point. See, if I was doing this in Premiere Pro, I wouldn't know how to do it. Just saying. Right, that's the start point. No, that doesn't help me at all. What am I doing? Copy, paste. Yes. Yes, I've only extended it that way. So then, those all group together up to there. So then, this is the end of that audio. God, I'm so clever. I'm truly not. This is the dumbest thing I've done. So that's the end of that clip. Yeah, and it aligns. So that means that we can fade in a little bit, fade out a little bit. And then it's got that same pouring bit. So then we're just going to copy, paste the pouring sound effect. Didn't even notice that was part of it. That's bad, isn't it? Not really. I'm sure that's fine. So we want that. Tiny bit of fade in. Tiny bit of fade out. Copy. Paste. Paste. Toothpaste. I didn't mean to get rid of all of that, did I? Right. Rapidly backtracking. Don't save it. Oh my god. Okay, right. So, as it turns out, I don't want to delete all of the audio that's in there. I'm such an idiot. In fairness, I thought I copied all the audio over. Apparently not. So, let's blame future me. Oh god damn it, it's this again. Right, so we don't want that. We want version 2. I think. I could be wrong. I could be entirely wrong and it could be gone forever. Mango Flush, Windows 10, only just noticed. Yes! The sound card is only crapping itself when Vegas and Cubase are turned off. So that's nice. If I have Cubase running in the background, I can do whatever I want, but I still want to replace it. Okay, so I can get rid of the bass audio. I can get rid of the riser. I can get rid of that. So let's group the whole thing. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Yes. That one goes over there. Poop. So group that one to there. Amazing. And then we go all the way across. Great. Oh, I did something weird there. Oh, what did I do? Oh, that just shouldn't be there. Lovely. Let's try that again. Group it all the way. Amazeballs. Why is that not happy? What's up, buddy? Okay, I don't care. So, right, now, such an idiot. Crisps. Crisp bass, crisp drum, crisp lead. In you go. 3 new tracks, 1 new track, and then 3 new tracks. Yes, yes, yes. So we want to get rid of kick snare. That starts there. So yes, that's gone forever. We want to get rid of hats. Yes, gone forever. We want to get rid of shaker. I want to get rid of shaker. We want to get rid of this shaker. Yeah, we want to get rid of that. Although, does this have the scrunchy in it? That's... Yeah, we do want to get rid of that. So just that whole shaker track. Just boom, bye. Okay. Oh my god, that shouldn't have happened. But whatever. Oh, that's got that over there. So actually we can dim that. Right. What do we got? Crisp sounds. Amazing. So I think we want something to... what were we using that was the crisp snap, wasn't it? I think. I'm going to call that snap. So what am I supposed to do for that? Because there's crap in loads of it. So I'm going to say from here, let's title it part 2 or chorus 2, whatever, don't care. What's that? Delete. So I think actually we could have that a bit more central. Let's do 2 repeats or 1 repeat. Screw it, 2 repeats at least, and then 1 back to the 4-way thing. So let's go restore, and we'll, for that, at least that 1, we're just going to bin everything on top of it. Just send it away. Oh, except not that apparently. That to there. Go in the bin. and then that to there, going in the bin. So what we want to do is try and locate the bit where, I suppose it technically happens there, the bit where the actual snap happens. My stupid dusty crisp hands. Oh, it's like immediately, isn't it? Oh no, so that's already broken there. You can see the frame where it actually crunch and stuff goes everywhere. That's really fun. So that's the frame where it happens. So actually, shall we try and match that up? God, that's going to annoy me. That's going to be really stupid. Okay, so bum, 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 bum. And it's annoying how it doesn't line up exactly. That's just a thing with video editors. They don't always. I sort of love and hate it simultaneously. Maybe we need to, like, I don't know, we got to do something really janky with that as well. But we got to do another section of that. Or do we? Maybe not. Okay. I think we definitely need the same rhythm there. But it needs to be like the minimized version. So let's copy, not that much. Let's copy that one over, and then this we're going to put it in its gap again, but then we're going to, where's the point of snap? That's there, isn't it? Point of snap. So let's, yeah, that all looks quite good. I'm not being like proper precise with it because of the way that audio versus frame rates work. You're never going to get them perfectly aligned unless you do the unless you write a piece specifically for found footage, which I sort of what I mean by that is, and if you take into account the frame rates of video, so 60 FPS, 25 FPS, and the camera I was using for this one was only like a T3i, so I couldn't really well, I mean 25 frames or 30 frames were really my only options, so like that's why I can't get it synced up perfectly, but I'm not so worried about that. It's just something to bear in mind if you're doing video-based music work, which I am, and apparently didn't take into account this time. But whatever. You can't win all the people, all the something. Oh no, they're nearly done. Bit tedious, but whatever. Yeah, and that's the last bit. And it skips back to that one. I think we need to do a little bit of video tweaking, not like a whole bunch, just a little bit. So let's try. Let's have a look at that. pretty stupid. Okay, so what can we do in terms of effects to make that more fun? Light rays. Hell yeah. Let's put it up so you can see that a little bit better. Make it like a angelic crisp, which I am all in favor of. Make it slightly yellow. Yeah, that's what we want. A little bit of blend, a little bit of noise. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing there. You can't really see that. We're going to animate that in. So we're going to work out where we want it to come in. I think we want it to start coming in. 48 seconds is there. So we'll find 48 seconds. That's 5 minutes. That's not what I want. Because this whole thing, because I want to stick this on TikTok because I'm one of those people now. We need it to kind of be a minute. So we got, oops. Come on, Taylor. So 50 seconds. 50. So 50 seconds just after is basically where we want it to be peaking. So we'll call that. So 50 seconds is there. So put that there. And then it can sort of reduce a little bit on the way down. Up to 58 is where it ends. 54. Yeah, 54, screw it. So then we can just reduce the strength there. And then what was it? So we wanted it to start at 48. 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, 48. So that's going to be 0 strength at that point. And 0, all of those things. So then we go in. Oh, yeah. That's really kind of stupid in a way that I really appreciate. Cool. Let's have a watch. Part of me really wants to add in like a little bit, like an overlay or something of the like the MIDI and stuff, but I'm not too sure about that. The bass crisp, a word that I didn't think I would say out loud. I want to add like a little bit of camera wobble or something. Which I think we do have. Active camera, that's what it is. Not that much, that's like a crazy amount. So let's go horizontal like 1, vertical again like 1 or 2 maybe. Rotation, very little. Crop, I want almost no crop. Rate, really very little. Jitter, very little. Hold, and then blur a little bit. So just enough to like rattle it around a little bit. Does it need to crop a little bit more at that point? Yeah, probably. That's so beefy for a crisp. Okay. So where are we at? I feel like we could make this bowl look a little bit better. I know we're being picky, but I think that's fine. I also think it's slightly off center, so I'm gonna, I am being picky, but that's a lot better. Now I just need to put that on all of them. And I realise I'm using my other window that you can't see. You're just going to have to trust that I know what I'm doing, which I know is hard, but shut up. How about that? And then this one, also central. Actually, that one, I think we want to be central and a little higher because there's so many crisps in that bowl. We want to show them off. And actually, let's animate that zooming in ever so slightly as well. I know that it ends. I think that's just gonna, yeah, just a little bit of something like that. That's fine to be off center because actually there's crisps everywhere and it looks kind of fun. So that's the hi-hat sound, by the way, just a bowl of crisps with a stick, which you can't really see because of the rendering of Sony Vegas. That was it. We were going to do some levels. I've done a little bit of color curves. Oh, that's where we were originally. Okay, so maybe we can just darken the darks a bit and lighten the lights a little more. So even more contrast. Perhaps not that much, because if we push the contrast, we can not see the background, which I quite like. Maybe if we sort of a happy medium. So like, I don't actually care if people see the background because like I can't afford like an actual studio. Like I've got a nice space, but I'm not really bothered about people thinking I'm on a sound stage or not. So let's maybe push the oh, it's quite saturated. I like it. Maybe we can go more. If I can find the damn button. There it is. Saturation amount. Yes. Wow, that's crispy. So maybe there we just boost it a tiny bit. Yeah, that's really vivid and nice. And then perhaps a similar deal with these kettle chips because they look a bit overexposed, don't they? So maybe contrast, brightness down, contrast up. That's a bit better. And then I think we can make those colours pop a little bit more, like the blue of the lightly salted. That we can do a bit better with. I don't even know if that's going to be visible on the stream, but it does look good. I've got a bit more red in the logo, and then the lightly salted is nice and blue there. Okay, so this crisp could look slightly more yellow. The things that I just didn't ever think I would care about. So we'll go saturation again and color curves. I'm not a video editor, but I am still doing this. So saturation we'll put after the curves, and yes, over there a bit, and then the lows. Yeah. So color curves, I don't think we want to go brighter. A little bit dark is actually better. And then lower the lows, lower the shadows, and then keep the mids up, maybe. That's less washed out than it was. Yeah, better. Hello, White Matrix on YouTube. How's it going? So, are there any other colourful bits that need to be more colourful? Possibly not. But I just noticed that gets pulled away from because the active camera. So we need to turn the active camera off here. Really? So active camera. Can't animate the active camera. God. Heck. I'll just turn it off then, because we can't use it basically if it's going to do that. But then this bit, maybe we could. I think it punches in, but we could also have it zoom in. Don't want to be that guy, but this may be the best thing I've ever written. So we need to keep it under a minute, don't we? So that's 1 minute and 6 seconds. So we need to try and lose... Oh, is it minute 6, minute 5? So we need to lose a little bit off the front here. Is it really a minute? No, it's 1 minute and 6 frames. Okay, so if we lose a full second, that kind of gets us out of that problem, doesn't it? Full second's not going to make any difference, really, other than to uploading. So as long as I remember to start the upload there, we'll be fine. And I'm going to do this. There isn't sound there. In fact, there isn't sound there, so I'm actually going to do it a little bit. I'm just conscious of there being background noise, but I can see there's not background noise. But you know what? Being paranoid is fun sometimes. So let's move that over there where that starts. You start over... Oopsie. Excuse me. You start over here, and you start over here. Tom. I really feel like we might be there. Tell you what, let's see if we can do a render. And then we can watch it back and we have a clearer idea of if it's any good, basically. Okay, that needs to go there. There. Why have you faded out? Oh, okay, because of the reason. I don't remember what the reason was. So now I just have to talk to you guys politely whilst I render it. So we want to render 1920 by 1080, and we want to put it in the folder, the location of which I can't remember. That one. This is all happening on my other monitor. You just have to pretend it's super entertaining. No, that's the wrong one. Back one. That's the one. Yes. Yes. Wow, wasn't that engaging? Put that over there. Edit version 3. I'm going to call it Kettle version 3. Kettle version 3 because there were 2 earlier iterations as well. Bounce that. And I find it really interesting how this was only 2017 that I started this project, and probably late 2017. So in a year and a half, I've got a much better idea of what makes a nice sounding piece of music. Like, I never would have thought to do all of the extra, like the kick sampling or the processing the sampling. Words, man. I never would have thought of processing the samples in that way. Like, I never would have tried to make that bass as rattly as it is now. Maybe I just wasn't 3 years ago as impressed by the idea of bowing a crisp as I am today, which says something about what I was up to 3 years ago, but whatever. Yeah, there's just lots of stuff that I guess I've learned in the last 3 years or the last 2.5 years. So that's something I really like about going over old project files, is that it's not so much about realizing that you were making dumb mistakes several years ago. It's about realizing how far you've come and stuff that you might not have actually noticed in your work or in your creative practice. So like, I'm glad I've done that, because actually it makes me realize that actually I sort of do know what I'm doing, actually, even if I am making music out of crisps. Realizing, oops, sorry, I just pressed the unmute on Twitch. That's a bit. I just unmuted myself on Twitch. And yes, I do watch myself as I stream because I like looking at my own face. Actually, it's just in case I see anything break. I should be saying more words whilst we export this. I do need to watch out for stuff like hits happening in the right place, so I might have to watch it a few times with you guys and just pay attention to like one camera angle at a time. How many crisps did I buy? I think I bought like a 6-pack or like a multi-pack of the little ones, because the and then 2 or 3 of the big ones. I think I got reimbursed for that as well, which is hilarious. Business expenses. Crazy time to be alive. Yeah, so the little packet is the snare sample and the big packet is the kick sample, which is stupid. But sometimes people like stupid. I also put up on TikTok recently, I found a old piece I did out of sellotape. Screw it, let's put that on. Let's find that. I think it's still on YouTube. YouTube/me videos. Scroll so far down. Actually, can I just search my own videos? That would make way more sense, wouldn't it? Okay, there's like a million videos with that same title. Excuse me, I'm boring myself apparently. There I am, Sellotape Sounds. I think Sellotape is a brand actually. So that's a bit awkward. Oh well. This is music out of Sellotape. Oh. That laugh at the end was actually me in the video, not me just now. Haha. That was a lot of fun. That was something for the same company actually. That was the thing that made them go, hey, could you do something with crisps? And I was like, no. And then eventually I did it anyway. Because I'm a people pleaser, basically. Right, we're halfway there. I don't know about you, but I didn't imagine I was going to spend my my Monday evening making music with crisps. Maybe you did. Maybe you had realistic expectations of your life. Why have I gone all bassy? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Maybe I'm not bassy. 1, 2. Maybe I am bassy. Maybe I've always been bassy. I'm not good at filling time. Mango Flush, is this a new account of yours on Twitch? Do you normally watch me on Twitch or do you normally watch me on YouTube? Either way, thanks for following. If indeed you're still watching. If you're not still watching, then screw you, frankly, but whatever. Just going through all of my notifications and sending them away. Ow. 59. So, oh, okay, we're speeding through it because actually there's less processing to do on this one video. So when it says percentage, it means percentage through the video rather than percentage of the rendering. I don't know. I'm confused by everything. So I'm just replying to Facebook comments now. Yes, it's good, isn't it, that we live in a world with crisps. I don't know what we would do if we didn't have crisps. I would probably eat less crisps. Probably. I don't know that for certain, but I do happen to believe that. 65%. I'm also keeping an eye out for really obvious edit mistakes, which I'm really good at making. Because I'm also like super impatient when it comes to watching back my own work. So I try to watch it sometimes as it renders. That is not necessarily a good tip for what's it called, productivity, but it is certainly something that I've said out loud. I'm not very good at filling time when I only have my brain and my voice to something. Ooh, Lua Noise, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. I don't know if you're watching now, but if you are, hello. I promise the live streams don't always have this much talking. They sometimes have more crisps and more music. Sometimes less, usually less crisps, actually, overall. 69%, very nice. 3 minutes left. 4 minutes, basically. Can I fill 4 minutes with useful facts about eggs? No, I don't think I can do that. Useful facts about things that aren't eggs. Peanuts. They are a legume, not a nut. So they grow underground, like other legumes. I don't know where I heard that piece of information today, but I definitely heard it today, because it's the kind of information that I wouldn't retain otherwise. That's killed about 7 seconds. That's good. White Matrix asks, so are you normally using Vegas or something else for this channel? What you mean in terms of the video editing for this, for the stuff I upload here? Yeah, I use this 10-year-old version of Sony Vegas for basically everything, because I paid for it 10 years ago and it actually still works. I got a recent version of Vegas Movie Studio because it's no longer Sony. I got it for PC number 2, which is that one over there, which I'm streaming from, and it's just not as good. Like, they've gotten rid of half the shortcuts, and like a lot of the tools just don't work as well. So actually my crappy old version works just as well. What I can use it better. And I've tried using like Premiere Pro. I've tried using like what I'm just going to call the actual editors, and they're just really hard to use. I think what I like about Vegas is it basically resembles Cubase. It's about as similar as you can be to Cubase or Pro Tools whilst being a video editor. So that's fine for me. And like most of my audio processing, I'll do. No, that's not true. I suppose I do most of my dialogue processing inside of Vegas. I've got like some reasonable plugins that I got for Cubase, which also work with Vegas just fine, like the isotope dialogue denoiser. Excuse me, the isotope dialogue denoiser works really good in Vegas as well, just to get rid of background noise if I have any, because I have to have the side of my PC at the moment, so I get all the fan noise and stuff. Yeah, so I use this. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I would just recommend whatever, you just get something and use it. It's a bit like DAWs for music. There isn't a right choice other than what you already have, basically. Which is a cop-out of an answer, but is at least true. Okay. 84%. Can I vamp for 2 minutes? Probably not. Feel free to throw out any other audio or video questions, by the way. Oh, I also do client work for video with Vegas, which is great because I don't have to pay a monthly fee for stupid editing software. Which actually means I can keep my my hourly rate down. I pass the savings on to you. Sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but actually that's true. And also, while we're sat here waiting for rendering, I'm going to unsubtly post my... Where's it gone? Where's it gone? I can't remember where I put it. There it is. Mailing list. Sign up. There we go. Mailing list. In the chat. Press the buttons. Give me your data. Thank you very much. Nearly there. 1.5 minutes. You know, I think we're going to make it. I wasn't sure when we started, but actually I'm reasonably certain we will. And if not, well, at least we'll die trying, right? Probably not going to die. Probably. And maybe if it works, I'm going to send it to Kettle Chips and be like, I don't want free stuff for nothing. I feel like I've done a reasonable amount of work. Go away. Okay, I keep getting weird emails that I don't understand. I'm probably going to look at them in a week's time and be like, oh, I did something stupid. 1 minute. Will we do it? Again, probably. White Matrix, okay, so we all agree that DaVinci Resolve is better. Again, try DaVinci Resolve. Like, I appreciate that it's free. That's mighty fine. Just, I found it tricky. But again, I'm used to Sony Vegas and I'm used to Cubase, so anything that isn't either of those two is hard to use and hard to use fast. And like with client work, I think less so with music, because music is something I've practiced more than video editing, but like I need stuff to work fast and do what I expect it to do when I expect it to do it. So like again, it is just a case of knowing the shortcuts for whatever software you use. I know people that use DaVinci Resolve professionally and they like it, so yeah, whatever. DaVinci Resolve's good. It just doesn't work for me. If it was available 10 years ago when I started editing video, I probably would have used it and would probably still be using it today, but it didn't. Hey, look, we did it. Right, let's close this. Open this. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk with my hand over my mouth. I'm going to turn myself off so we can actually watch the video properly. Go away, me. That end hit is really funny. Right, I'm going to watch through. There did look like there was something in the last... the last Pori bit? Maybe not. Yeah, that last hit. So I'm going to make changes as we go. Where's it gone? Edit version 3. So there was that bit. The whole thing was a minute in length, so actually we might want it slightly under a minute just to be sure that it fits wherever it's going. So I'm just gonna group and move like that. Because actually we were waiting for a while for stuff to happen, so if that's where the first crisp drops, let's go here. Yeah, that's good. I think we can increase the volume of those as well, really, can't we? Oop. We can weight it to that side. I'm just putting it over to the right-hand side a bit more as well. Cool. So that first bit we decided was a problem was about 19 seconds in. And it was the last hit. Yeah, this bit. So I think actually it should have swapped there. Because another bass hit there. I wonder if... this shouldn't be here at all. I wonder... Oops, excuse me, let's get rid of that. I wonder if that should go away. And I wonder if this... Where's the shake? I reckon that wants to come in there. Because we haven't got that shake anywhere. We've got it there. Yeah, I think that's what we wanted. What was the other thing? Let's open that. Hang on, let's save. Let's watch. So I'm going to do what I said I should do. I'm going to watch each individual clip one at a time. So I'm going to start by only watching the things that are in the top left, yeah? Oh, it looks like I was actually playing it in time. That's fun. So there are a couple bits for that weren't quite right. So I'm going to align the bass track with the bass video. And I'm going to move stuff a little bit. I think it's just slightly... Everything just looks slightly late, doesn't it? So I'm going to move... most of these over a bit. Like the odd one or two here is fine. I don't care too much. It's just that when it becomes like a pattern of it being out, that's when it becomes noticeable as a problem. That's where it swaps out. That's fine. That needs to be there. That needs to be meh. Meh. I think kind of there. Ooh. One more. There we go. That's over there. Yeah, it just looked like it was out by one, which could have just been I rendered it wrong or something. That's me trying to pretend that I didn't make a really obvious mistake, but whatever. Yeah, there we go. I think that's probably fine. So that was that section. Let's go bottom left now. So those were fine, I think. Still good. That was fine. So let's do what was the thing? Oh yeah, the bass is annoying me a little bit because it's like not cut just right. So we're going to ungroup just to be sure. So that's going to be one thing. Ah, yeah, because we added the da 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 da, which I guess is fair enough. So but that's fine. Yeah, because that was a new addition since adding. Cool. And I like the glitch effect kind of lends itself to the whole thing, the whole growly nature of it. I'm going to leave it there for tonight. Where's my face? There I am. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. This was quite a long stream, or was it? I have no way to tell that. This was super fun. I'm going to render this and then I'm going to publish it. I'm going to stick it up on TikTok and I'm going to Kettle's Chips on Twitter. See if their social media manager is still awake. Sorry, Holly. Maybe I'll do something with Pepsi. See if Pepsi send me anything. Thank you so much for hanging out. Do check out the MailChimp linked in the chat wherever we are. I'm always making dumb stuff and I'm always endeavoring to tell people about the dumb stuff I make. If whatever platform you're watching me on right now you are not subscribed or followed or whatever it is you do to do that, please do that. Next stream should be Wednesday evening this week. Yeah, it might get a bit funny next week. This Friday my new podcast is coming out. Episode 1 is an interview with Dan Lassac of Scroobius Pip fame. It is a less edited version of the interview that went out on YouTube last year. So if you want to hear some of the stuff we left out for various reasons, hint, hint, do go find stomach. Don't find that. Just sign up to the mailing list because then I can tell you when the podcast comes out. That's probably the easiest thing. Thanks and bye. Toodles. Ta-ra.